No, not a lot of crying, a lot of drying. The paste that I used it has to dry. So I usually, when I'm getting in there and I'm going to sculpt, I will do a few pieces at one time, start that process. And then I spray. I have spray painting. I have another area in my studio I go just to do my spraying. Those pieces have to dry. So then I'll go back to something that I may have started 3 days before and feel inspired, or I might just pull out a full-on blank canvas, because that really, I love pulling out a blank canvas and just feeling my way around that day. Nothing planned, deciding if I want to do a sky and waterscape. I just did a really cool one recently, Timeless Moments, the one with the fuchsia sky and clouds and the waterscape.
Yeah.
So, you know, I might work on that and work on it several days in a row while I'm doing kind of tidbits of other things. As artists, we kind of multitask.
Yeah. Well, female artists probably know how to do it better than anybody. Do you stay in a genre or in a series, like a soul series, or, you know, sort of through those 3 or 4 paintings, or would you have some, like an animal series and something in the soul series going at the same time?
Yeah, I could do for sure. The soul series I do throughout many series. Like, I don't do them every day, but if I just feel driven, sometimes it's a very emotional thing when you finish something like that big archangel. When I finished him, or just my most recent angel, they take a lot out of you. And so sometimes I have to shift gears and go to something that's a little lighter, like the ethereal, that comes more randomly, and as opposed to something that's so planned in my mind and just comes right out of me, you know? So yeah, sometimes I'll skip around. I usually plan the animals though. If I'm going to do the animals, they're planned. I'm going to do a buffalo next, I think, like a water buffalo. It's kind of been in the back of my head for a while. Usually something comes up and I'm going to do something and I know it. It's just, I find the right day, the right mood, because those I sketch them out in pencil first.
Okay.
And then I go to deciding on background and color and where I'm going to go. Norm was just a light and fun little guy. And yeah, he just came out of nowhere, really. When he was doing that big bear, and I did Norm kind of off to the side a little bit at a time. So it was kind of fun.
Yeah, your other piece with the horse is also one of my favorites. That very like moody blue, beautiful representation of a horse, and I'm a horse lover, so.
I love that horse. Yes, that one's up at the originals at Preston Gallery. They were the ones that sold Norm, and they also sold Fritz, the fox.
Oh yeah, he's great too.
Yeah, so both of those are sold, but it's nice that people can still enjoy them, you know, off the wall in the fence in their backyard. Or I have the bear that you gifted me right under my sign, right at my home, and he stands right out. I mean, people won't miss my studio with that beautiful Hugo that you gave me. So I'm really thrilled with the product, and I think it'll go a long way. I think people will really enjoy having these beautiful pieces in their yard.
Thank you. I appreciate that. How about COVID and what that's done for you, and also for the artist community? Can you talk about the impact it's had either on your ability to travel and tour, or have people, you know, come see you in the studio, or even in your inspiration? How has it impacted you?
I have to say that it's been very unfortunate that I can't travel and tour. There's been a lot of cancellations, exhibitions that people have wanted me to participate in, originally saying yes, and then having them to be canceled, and then people reaching out this year in January about new exhibitions. There's one in London, England, with a curator who's been after me for over a year. And, you know, I still am I have trepidation about it, because I don't know if I'm going to commit and I'm not going to be able to go. And, you know, it's wonderful to do a Zoom and online galleries, but it's very difficult. A lot of people like to touch, feel, and experience art in person. So It's been a stretch for, I think, galleries. They've done an amazing job. Curators, they're still working to exhibit, but everything seems to have had to go online. So for us, it's, as artists, it's more difficult because our work is just not seen as often. I welcome people to my studio. I do have an open studios. They can book and come and see me. I teach. My classes are going to start in May, and I teach all the way through to October. That will be seen. I teach at Shirkston Resort, usually around 30 people at a time, twice a month, but we'll see what happens, where that goes. And I teach in my own private studio, but none of these things have been able to happen. I should really take up the Zoom teaching, but so many people have done it, and I just don't know if it's now kind of getting overload on people.
Yeah.
You know?
Small businesses, obviously, everybody's been impacted by COVID in one way or another. Small businesses, family-owned businesses have really suffered through all of this. I would think that the arts community has really suffered as well.
I think most galleries have been closed for 90% of the year.
Right.
The galleries are open, that are massive galleries, that they could, easily do it with social distancing because they can manage the people and there's space in galleries. It's not like it's,
No.
but they've been forced to be closed, and it's been very unfortunate. And there will be a lot of galleries that will not open again, which is also a very sad thing. It's just been, I think, the luck and the tenacity of the people that are running some of these galleries that are staying open. But I'm with Art Gallery in the Distillery District, and they've been closed for a good 90%. They're in Toronto.
Right.
And a lot of them run events too, right? That helps sustain them, and they haven't been able to do events either.
Yeah, of course. It's tough, right? You look at the restaurant industry and what's happened there, and I think so much about artists who are already, in a lot of cases, they struggle to get their work out there and seen, and then actually to make a living from it. So I'm sure it's been a really tough time.
It has been a tough time. I've been very fortunate. I have a lot of really good support, and I have some real wonderful collectors that, regardless, they just know the piece is beautiful. They love it and they buy it. Like Believe, that beautiful angel, she went out to Edmonton, and the woman who bought it just knew when she saw it that it was meant for her, and she was over the moon when she saw it in person. And another person, Godridge, just recently bought a piece, and when she got it, she was in love with it and happier when she saw it in person. Because a lot of times, if you really see it on a video, or you see it, through an online gallery, if you have to times it by 10, because in person, really, it's really hard to judge the light and everything, the textures,
And it's such an emotional purchase. Like, it's such an emotional decision. You're not, this isn't a piece of furniture. This is part of your soul, right?
Yeah. It is. And for us, it is. We want you to be happy too. As a purchaser, we want you to love the work and love looking at it, because you're going to be looking at it for a while. It's not something, that you just take lightly. Like anything, it's got to be something that you really want to look at and have at home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so before we get back to Norm one more time and throw him on the camera and get people excited about entering, is there anything else you'd like to share with us tonight?
I don't know. There's not a lot really, other than that we, us as artists, we really appreciate our community support. We've done a lot of fundraising. We do a lot of giveaways. We give a lot. Usually as artists, we know the importance of it and the importance of supporting our community, and supporting other businesses like yourself that we work in collaboration with. Collaboration is such a big part of what we do and what helps to sustain us. And we just, as an artist, we appreciate the community, and we appreciate the support and all the likes and all the shares and all the comments that people make on Instagram and Facebook, and words of encouragement. They don't go unheard. They really, because we struggle emotionally as well, wondering, are people really liking this? And it's a real, there is a real um, there's a real feeling sometimes as an artist of being alone, because you do most of your creating by yourself. I mean, music is a big part of my process, but and talking to other artists, which is very important. We have our own little network, and we try to support each other and share each other's work. And it really is it's a smaller community than you think it would be. And we all, I know right now, are very, very grateful for the community support that we all get in our different areas.
Yeah, and I would say that as an entrepreneur, I would echo that exactly. Sometimes you feel really alone, and the comments and the positive reinforcement that we get means the world. It really does. When you question if you're on the right track or not, and you have a moment with somebody or comment from somebody, and it reinforces that you just got to stick with it, right? You're doing the right thing. Exactly. So I get that totally. So with that in mind, I'm just going to bring Norma out one more time for everybody to see.
Hey, Norma, he's so cute, colorful.
Gorgeous. So this print is 22.5 by 15. As I said, this retails for $190. It's an outdoor print. It's fully weatherproof. We guarantee this print outside for 5 years. And you can win this fabulous print. All you need to do is sign up with both of our newsletters. For me, that's offthewallonthefence.com. And for Lori, one more time.
It's fickledesignsartstudio.com, and you have to go to the bottom of the first page where it says subscribe.
Yeah, and so sign up. And added bonus, you may win Norm, but additionally, we offer 10% off your first purchase by signing up for our newsletter. So it's just another incentive to do it. It's early in the spring. This is the time to be organizing and getting ready for a beautiful, colorful, gorgeous backyard with fabulous art from Lori Burke.
And if you have any issues finding my subscribe, you can always direct message me, shoot me a message with your email. I'll make sure that it goes onto my list, and I'll make sure that Lisa knows that you're part of the draw. So anyway, you want to arrange it, I'm happy.
That's great. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Really special thank you for joining us again. If you were here 2 weeks ago, thanks for your patience. Lori, thank you for your patience. And we'll do this again sometime.
Absolutely. I loved it. It was wonderful. You've got a beautiful stable full of amazing artists. So I know you'll have many more chats, and it will be wonderful. There's a lot of beautiful art there that you're going to share. I can't wait.
Thank you. Thanks. Have a great night. Have a great night, everybody.
Bye. Bye-bye.